Hello friends, I've just kind of had a thought, so I thought I'd make a little bit of a video, some updates and whatnot whilst I'm in this thought process. But I'm in two minds about being a bit more active online, especially with my trip coming up. I'm gonna have a lot of free time, and there's so many things that I want to share with people, but I also don't want it to take away from what I'm actually doing. So we'll see. But definitely I do want to be a little bit more active, because I do want to share a bit more of my thoughts and what I'll be doing, and self-help things for myself that hopefully maybe can influence other people in a positive way. So but the thought that I've just been doing a little bit of self-reflection, and it's a little bit personal, but it's just interesting, so I thought I'd share. But with my trip to China, I'm kind of just thinking, what are people going to think of me? And especially with my tattoos, that's one of the reasons that I thought about this. And obviously China, from what I know, is a little bit more accepting of tattoos, whereas maybe Japan and Korea, it's a little bit more frowned upon, because Korea is very fashion and image orientated, so tattoos is more taboo. And then obviously the Japanese culture is the yakuza is tattoos, and it's still for the locals there, it's frowned upon, not so much for foreigners. But I think China's a little bit more open-minded from, I don't know, what I've seen. But I think that one of the things that people could possibly ask, and obviously have asked me before, is why did you get tattoos, or what's the meaning, the reason I thought of this is because I am learning Mandarin. It's if someone does ask me that, maybe I'd like to learn the response of what I would say. And so that got me thinking okay, what would I say? What is the reason that I got tattoos? And as well, obviously I'm quite heavily tattooed on my legs, and not so much my arms and upper body. And so the real reason that it's just my legs and not my upper body is because I've always not been worried, but never knew what I liked enough to get on my arms. Because obviously with the arm tattoo, you have to look at it every day. It's there. I have a little here and on my elbow, but it'd have to be something that you absolutely love, because we change. You get a tattoo and then all of a sudden you're oh, do I really like this? So realistically, when you do, you want something that's a little bit timeless. So I think that the idea with my legs is obviously I don't have to look at it all the time. Not that I hate what's on there, but they are easily hideable. So that's one of the reasons. But I actually had a thought that possibly one of the reasons that I have my legs tattooed, so I still have acne scarring on my face, because when I was in high school I had very, very bad acne, and still ongoing into adulthood. But as you can see now, beautiful. It's the best that my skin's been in a very long time, and that's pretty much got to do with just my overall general health. But possibly one of the reasons, subliminally, without me knowing, I have gotten tattoos to take away from my face, because obviously the scarring and the discoloration I'm insecure about. And so maybe the idea of having tattoos, it's oh wow, someone's noticing that before they notice my face. And also the fact that they're on my legs too, I said, there is a different meaning because of that. But it could also be that because they're on my legs, it's to take away from my face. So obviously I'm self-conscious about my face and how my skin looks, and if I'm not wearing makeup or whatever, the first thing people are going to notice is my tattoos, not my skin or my face. So I thought that was quite interesting, and I wanted to share it because, yeah, whether or not that's the real reason, who knows? Oh, only me, I guess. But like, it just shows like just thinking into yourself, like, you know, the reasons behind why you've done the things that you've done, or why you do the things you've done, just through like self-reflection. So it's like interesting that you can kind of come to a conclusion like that. So yeah, this is like the start of like maybe some videos, like learning things about myself and like teaching people, you know, how that's come about, and yeah, just sharing my knowledge on like self-growth, I suppose, because that's like one thing that I do really the last, like, I don't even know, maybe 5 or 6 years been focusing on, is just like self-improvement. Like, to be honest, I don't have a lot of friends, and like the main reason I feel like is because I am a little bit selfish, to the point that I'd rather focus the time on myself and like what I like to do and what makes me happy than revolving it around anyone else. And like being single for the last like 3 years now, like it's just about me, like in the best and worst way. It's like I have let myself just be selfish, like, you know, what things do I enjoy, what things do I want to do that make me happy, and not revolve around like other people. And like obviously too, like I travel a lot around by myself, and like I think that's the real reason, right, why as well. I was like, I don't want to compromise, like I want to do what I want to do. And like, you know, if someone else likes the same thing as me, then like even better. But unfortunately I haven't really found anyone that like I'm intertwined with, I suppose. And that also comes with like just me in general, like liking so many different things and having so many different hobbies and like changing my mind all the time. So it's on myself that I don't have someone that like, you know, absolutely ticks every single box in everything that I like. But in saying that, it's also good because then it means I have like an abundance of friends that like all different stuff. So like if I want to go do car things, I have my car friends, or if I want to do rave things, I have my rave friends, or if I want to travel, you know, it's awesome that I just don't have like just one bunch of people that just do all the same stuff. So, you know, that's probably like a better thing than having, you know, friends that, you know, you just into all the same stuff. So yeah, like that's a little bit sharing my thoughts. I won't let it drag on for too long because it is a long video, I can see. But yeah, I'll put more effort into maybe making some short videos with thoughts, maybe. Whether or not people listen, I don't really care. I think it will be more like a journaling, something for me to look back on, especially during my travels. That's like the main thing, is it's a memories thing. It's a memories thing. It's like a feelings thing. It's like how I felt at that time. Because one of the reasons too, being by yourself, you don't have anyone to share your thoughts and your feelings with. So, or someone that you can like recall that. It's like, oh my God, do you remember when that happened? Like, oh, how funny, blah, blah, blah. It's like the downside to traveling alone is you don't have someone to like remember that with. So I think maybe doing that to remember for yourself. So it's like, oh, today I did this, and you know, this is how I felt, and like sharing that with someone, but then also like looking back to it and being like, oh, you know, that was such a good day. So yeah, I am obviously, you can tell, quite excited about this trip. It's definitely 100% going to be life-changing. So yeah, keep up to date, I guess, if you're interested. Yeah, and take care. Bye.